Well, good evening, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. And we're on number 74 of these little breakthrough messages. And we're actually going to run right away up to New Year's Day, will be number one. But number one, I'm going to give you a sneak preview. Number one is going to be the beginning of 5 days of purpose on purpose. And we're going to just go for 5 things. It's going to be a little bit of fun, but it's going to be just launching you off into 2021 and opening up some thoughts that I have. But today, number 74, and as you know, I'm just working through Kisses from a Good God, because it's my breakthrough journey, and we've got to chapter 10. And chapter 10 I called Family, God's Big Idea. God's great idea is family. Our Bible, in my opinion, is a relational textbook. It's the story of a family that were created, given a perfect place to live, a family that messed up, a family that tried to work out how to walk in right relationship with God, a family that was redeemed by Jesus, the Redeemer, who gave his life so that we could have a relationship back with the Father. And we are to live out that family here on earth until we all get together again for all eternity as his family. It's a relational textbook, but here's where I just want to take you to a little bit, because I believe that some of you, there's a breakthrough in something that I say on this session, and your breakthrough is the other side of changing the way you think. And I'll never forget, I came back from my doctor, and I'd been there with Chris Valentin and Craig Muster, my best friend, and of course Chris, my pastor, my friend, my father, all of those things. And they came with me, and I had the bad news. I'd been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And I stood in Bill Johnson's office, came back, and Sue was there, and stood in Bill's office, and he said something to me that I'll never ever forget. And I'll forever be grateful, because what he did was he lifted my head. He lifted it from the circumstance, from the diagnosis, and he lifted it up to this issue of family, actually. He asked me a question. He said, "Paul, what's the fight about?" I'll be honest, I looked down at my feet and I was thinking, gosh, there must be a big one. It must be, half the world's going to be saved or something, And I looked down and I had a thought. And the thought was simply this: there have never, to my knowledge, been 3 generations of male Manwarings alive at the same time. And I looked up and I said to Bill, my dad never knew his dad's dad. And I never knew my dad's dad. And my 2 boys never met my dad. There's never been 3 generations. And he said, that's it. And that was what the fight became about. Not a fight against cancer, but a fight for something. Not a fight against, but a fight for. And it was a year later that I had a privilege on a Sunday morning that I had the microphone. And my son was there, and my newly born grandson Aiden was there. And it just so happened that James was helping Brian out that day with leading worship on the keyboard. And I had little Aiden brought up onto the stage as I closed worship. I had James at the back of the stage, and I had me and my little new grandson on the stage. And I said, this is history today. 3 generations of male Manwarings. And we went after breaking any generational curse that has stopped family lines and fathers. And we broke something that day. And of course now I have 2 absolutely wonderful grandsons. And that was what the fight was about. Family, God's big idea. And here's what I want to do. Maybe your breakthrough is about family today. Maybe that's what it's about. But it might just be that you need to identify what the fight is about. To have your head lifted up from what you feel the breakthrough is to what God says the fight is about. And I just want to encourage you with that. Your breakthrough is the other side of recognizing that. I believe it's one of the keys for so many of us. We get dragged into what the fight is all about, and we start imagining devils and demons and all sorts of stuff and strategies against us. But actually, I want to encourage you today. What's the fight for? What does God want to demonstrate in the breakthrough, through the breakthrough for you? And so I want to encourage you with this. It's a chapter that I love very, very much. I know I wrote it, but I just love what it's about. I love what it means to me, and it was an absolute key part of my journey, my breakthrough journey, coming through the other side. And yeah, that's what I just want to encourage you with on this day 74 of this series of breakthroughs. Family is God's big idea, and I may do another one tonight, or I'll do one tomorrow. But I'll tell you, the next one is restored fortunes, and it really does want to do that. It's our Father, our heavenly good Dad. So bless you. Hi to those that are joining there. Georgian, I see you've joined. I'm looking forward to speaking at your school next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. But yep, it's breakthrough time. Believe for your breakthrough. I'm believing for our breakthrough in an area that we're pressing in for. And I believe that God wants to show us and maybe other people how good he really is. So bless you. Have a great rest of your day wherever you are. And remember, what's the fight about? God wants to lift your head to what it's for, not what it's against. See you soon. Bye.